Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Hi students, welcome to Chaitanya Studio BBA video lecture series of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. Today, I, Dr. Sonali Chatterjee, will teach you Unit 2 Personality from Block 1. In today's session, we are going to discuss the essential constituents of personality. Further, we will discuss the reasons behind human behaviors. Next, we will distinguish between successful and average people based on characteristics. And in last, we will cover the role of personality in work performance. Let's begin with an introduction. An individual's personality is an overall collection of decisions he or she has made throughout their life. There are inherent natural, genetic and environmental factors that contribute to the development of our personality. Hereditary factors contribute to personality development. Social cognition focuses on how people process, store and apply information about other people and social situations. Now, let us have a look on what is personality. The term personality is inherent in our day-to-day conversations. We use it frequently while referring, introducing or recalling a known or unknown person. There are many ways of defining a personality, for instance, characteristics, attributes, physical structure, emotional type, etc. Personality is defined on the basis of an individual's internal and external qualities. It is a unique characteristics of a person as compared to general masses. Mari define that personality is a set of characteristics and tendencies that determine those commonalities and differences in behavior of people that have continuity in time and that cannot be easily understood as the sole outcome of the social and biological pressures. Now, let us understand some personality theories. To understand the concept of personality, it is essential to read the theories given by well-known researchers like Sigmund Freud and Carl Rogers. First, we will study the psychoanalytic theory. Sigmund Freud has given a framework that consists of three interrelated yet conflicting dimensions. These are: first, the ID. It is the sources of psychic energy and therefore needs to be satisfied. There are two types of instincts: life instincts, that includes basic life needs like hunger, thirst, etc. And the second is death instincts. A person looks for satisfying the life instincts throughout his life. However, the ID contributes to be a driving force in the life and affects the thoughts and behavior. Next is the ego. It is the conscious part of an individual. Ego keeps a check on the ID. Ego helps in beginning rational by using intellect. The third is superego. It is made up of ethical constraints and behaviors. The superego contributes with ego in determining what is right and wrong for an individual. It is an unknown part through it is formed from their own culture and social values. Now, let us discuss traits theory. As per this theory, an individual has certain predispositional characteristics and attributes that are called traits. Traits are distinctive and continuous features an individual that sets him apart from any other person. These are called human variables as they differ from person to person. Some common traits identified by Cartle are a good nature and truthfulness, next critical and suspicious, third maturity and realism, fourth immaturity and evasiveness, and fifth cheerful and energetic, sixth depressed and subdued. These are termed as source traits by Cartle. There is one more important theory that helps in understanding the concepts of personality. This is the self theory. Self theory contributed by Carl Rogers. It focuses on interrelatedness of all behaviors of a person. In management studies, this theory is very useful, especially while learning about organizational behaviors. There are four main factors of the self concept. First, self image. It is the identification of an individual with his own self. The self image is how a person identifies himself, what he or she thinks of himself, his beliefs, his values, etc. Second is ideal self. There is always a conflict between what are and what we want to be. The ideal self is a futuristic approach towards which we continuously work. The ideal self can be determined by the type of stimulus we choose from among the various stimuli. Third, glass self. It is known as social product that energizes from personal interaction between two individuals. Looking glass self is the way we think we are being perceived by others. For example, Ram, who is reserved person, thinks that people consider him as an arrogant person. Fourth, real self. The real self is the product of self image, ideal self and looking glass image. It is the outcome of the situation in which what others think of you matches either your ideal self or self image. Now, let us understand another topic of this unit is genetics of person has been derived from genes, the biological term that relates a person's biological characteristics with their ancestors. Personality genetics is a term that has been derived by combining the scientific term with management concept. It therefore refers to relationship between your personality traits and biological characteristics inherited from family. Genetics is related to genome that consists of the total set of genes that a living being possesses. It portrays detailed information of a person's hereditary nature and can be found in his or her DNA. In humans' personality, there is a significant role of genes as they differentiate one person from another. This study helps in relating a person's behavior with genetics. It also helps in finding solutions to problems arising at work due to genetic disorders. The objective of genetic behaviors are the study of genetics and personality is made to find out the degree of effect that genes make over a personality. Next is to understand the correlation between genes and environment and their relative impact over personality. The genetics of personality can be broadly studied under the dimensions like family studies. It relates to similarity in nature of members of a family. A recent study has revealed that genetics highly influence the formation of traits in an individual. The study was conducted on around 80 twins. Number 2, twin studies. It studies the effect of genes between identical and fraternal twins. The study shows to what extent their behaviors are related to heritability, as it is understood that the genes of twins are also completely the same. A recent study conducted by University of Minnesota point out some common characteristics that are passing of the genes. These are identified on the dimensions like aggressiveness, striving for achievement, need for personal intimacy. Because of these dimensions, qualities were identified as genetically driven are leadership, traditionalism, obedience, authority, sense of well-being, alienation, vulnerability, risk taking, capacity for becoming engrossed in an aesthetic experience such as a concert. Now let us study the determinants of personality. One of the most complex subjects is to determine the type of personality one possesses. It is more difficult to identify the reason behind a person's specific behaviors. Personality that comprises of unique characteristics, behaviors, traits and physical appearance is a relationship of many different factors such as biological, background, environment of upbringing, situations, etc. These factors that help in establishing a personality type for an individual are termed as determinants of personality or factors affecting personality. Next, we will understand the determinants. Biological factors first. These are related to the physical attributes of an individual like facial structures, moles, health, etc. The physical features can be further divided into heredity, brain, biofeedback, physical factors. The explanation of each are like first we will take heredity. It refers to the transfer of genes from ancestor to their successor. Genes are made up of molecules containing chromosomes that are responsible for a person's complexion, height, weight, etc. Hereditary characteristics are passed on from parents to their children. Next is brain. It is an important determinant of personality and helps in understanding one's behavior. Number 3, biofeedback. It is a process that enables in controlling body processes like blood pressures, secretions of hormones, etc. It is done by using wires that are wrapped on the body. These wires are programmed to give us signals to how our body responds to the stimuli we provide. Number 4, physical factors. The first impression of an individual's personality is based on his look, height, weight, complexion, etc. These are one of the most important determinants of personality. To some extent, these are related to our family features also. Next, cultural factors. One of the prime reasons for a type of personality cultural factor include religion, traditions, values and norms that guide our day-to-day activities. Cultural factors contribute in the development of the person's attitude as well as behaviors like aggressiveness, calmness, patience, etc. Number 3, social factors. These are derived from the society in which a person gets nurtured. It is the immediate environment in which an individual grows and lives. These may include the personal as well as professional places including social and peer groups, friends, etc. Social factors affect the person's outward character like interpersonal relationship, teamwork, liking and disliking, etc. Number 4, family factors. These are the values, system and relationship with one another in a family including parents, siblings, uncles, aunts, etc. The environment in the family, the values that is followed, the morals, etc. are derived by an individual from their family. Even the language, attitude, perceptions, etc. are highly affected by family factors. It develops the basic character and overall personality of a person. Number 5, situational factors. These are the events that take place in a person's life like accidents, deaths, political and cultural situations, success, failure, etc. Situations are strong determinants of personality as they have potential of changing the very outlook of a person. As such, it is believed that personality is not flexible and does not change with situation, but the perceptions and attitudes have an impact on the personality of a person. Next is human behavior and personality. Behavior refers to the actions and mannerisms made by organisms, systems or artificial entities in conjunction with its environment, which includes the other system or organisms around as well as the physical environment. Human behavior can be common, unusual, acceptable or unacceptable. Humans evaluate the acceptability of behavior using social norms and regulate behaviors by means of social control. In sociology, behavior is considered as having no meaning, being not directed at other people, and thus is the most basic human action, although it can play a part in diagnosis of disorders such as the autism spectrum disorder. Animal behavior is studied in comparative psychology, ethology, behavior ecology and sociobiology. According to moral values, human behavior may also depend upon the common, unusual, usual, acceptable or unacceptable behaviors of others. Human behavior is absolutely fascinating. Observing people and trying to predict what they will do next can provide a real learning experience. Human behavior is quite predictable in many instances. Personalities can be extremely complex, but there are areas that can be understood with a high degree of accuracy. That is part of the value in using validated personality assessments. It's a lot like on the job training in the human behavior department. Major personality characteristics affecting behavior, locus of control is a factor which affects the behavior of a person. It is a belief of a person regarding his life control. There are many people who believe that themselves are responsible for their life events and have complete control of how their life moves. Such people are called as internals. Another type of people who are called externals believes on fate, destiny and chance for their life events. Machiavellianism, this reflects a pragmatic behavior. A persons with high Machiavelli usually go with the flow and accept anything that shows result. They are practical people who work best in settings where there are minimum rules and regulations, high level of interactivity and minimum advice by others. Number 1, self-esteem is how you perceive yourself. It deals with liking or disliking your own self. It can be high or low depending upon how you think about yourself. Usually high esteem is related with high self-confidence. Feeling of self-reliance, ability to take risks, taking unconventional jobs and assignments. On the other hand, people who have low confidence and who depends on others for every task have a low esteem. They are unable to take decisions on their own, always want to work in safe environment and rarely take risks. Such people usually do not show outstanding performance. Next is personality types and behaviors. Research has provided two types of personality that reflect specific behaviors. These are known as type 1 and type A and type B personality. In type A, person with type A personality is aggressively involved in a chronic, incessant struggle to achieve more and more in less and less time, and if required to do so in opposing efforts of others, things or other persons. People who are labeled as type A personality have the characteristics like impatient with the pace of work and life events, consistently found moving, walking or eating fast, try to perform more than one task at a time, always measuring their achievements in qualitative terms. In type B, these type of people rarely harried by a desire to obtain a wildly increasing number of things or participate in an endless rowing series of events in an ever decreasing amount of time. Their characteristics are easygoing, not in a race to show their achievements to others, usually creative, take better decisions, never seen stressed out, in mood of urgency. Now let us focus on personality traits of successful individuals. In that, number 1 is they are positive. Successful people don't let negative events after their ego. They see the glass half full and not half empty. Number 2, they smile and they take responsibility. They take every opportunity they can. They are not afraid of doing something new. Number 3, they are never criticize others. Successful people don't criticize others when they are not listening, because otherwise people among them will recognize as person who tend to talk behind others. They never complain. Everyone is able to complain about things. Bad things happens and complaining about them, it's not a good solution to stop them to happen. Number 4, they offer their help for free. Successful people offer their help for free whenever they can. Some examples includes blogging and free consulting. They do not so to raise their popularity and interest among other people. They offer solutions. Successful people are problem solvers. When something doesn't work as expected, they try to find solutions instead of complaining about the problems. Number 7, they give more than what's expected. When you pay for something, you usually receive only what you paid for. Nothing wrong. But what if you receive something more? Of course, you would be happier and you would buy more or recommend someone. In the future, successful people know this and give more than what expected so that other people will remember them. Number 8, they are genuinely interested in other people. Successful people are genuinely interested in building strong relationship with others. They are sincere in their interactions. They know how to listen. People like to talk. Why? Because they think there is someone listening. So in reality, people like to be heard. Successful people talk less and listen more. If they don't know what to say, they ask questions instead of talking about themselves. Profession qualities for success at workplace. Employees that show a high degree of quality in their jobs as compared to an amateur are considered to be a professional. Such people are expected to show a high level of expertise and commitment to their work. Professionalism is a term that is used to reflect the quality of employees and their style of work. They are such associated with a specific type of work like lawyers, engineers, consultant, etc. The qualities that are associated with professionals are strive for excellence, means professionals are the people who try hard to achieve excellence in their tasks. They are found to be time bound and use their knowledge and experience that have gained during their academic life. Such people can go extra mile to bring out the basic result. Next is honesty. Professionals are always honest in their honesty. Professionals are always honest in their motives, working style, and usually trustworthy. They reflect high level of loyalty to their profession and their stakeholders. They are sincere people who do not try to imitate to please anyone. Thus, they are straightforward while giving ideas feedback. Honesty. Professionals are always honest in their motives, working style, and are usually trustworthy. They reflect high level of loyalty to their profession and the stakeholders. They are sincere people who do not try to imitate to please any. Thus, they are straightforward while giving ideas feedbacks. Such people have a high sense of belongingness and consider organizational prosperity as a responsibility. They are guided by their value systems and do not hesitate to compromise for the beliefs and values. Next is empathy. Professionals are the people who do not work in isolation. They are caring and sensible people who are compassionate with others. Respect for others. A professional will always show respect to his colleagues, subordinates, as well as workers at the lowest level. They believe in equality and mutual coexistence. Transparent. Transparency is closely associated with honesty. Professionals do not hide their work, their achievements, and their failures. Their working style, details, etc. are always known to their team members and can be cross-checked by others. The agenda and intentions of professionals are always clear to everybody. They usually follow frequent communications and open culture approach at work. They are approachable and open for queries. Number 1, fairness. This involves following an approach of equality and consistency in people's policy. Number 2, benevolence. Professionalism is also about generosity towards others. This includes selflessly working for others. Before we end our session, let us sum up. In this unit, we have discussed in detail the concept of personality that refers to the distinctive set of characteristics and behaviors of an individual. Personality is determined by the DNA and the genes of an individual. These are biological features of human beings and are passed from one generation to another. There are many personality theories like traits, psychoanalytic and self theories that provide answers to the why different people behave differently. We have also studied the relationship between personality and its impact on human behavior. The unit outlined distinctive characteristics of successful people and what are the features that differentiate an amateur from professionals. This we are coming to an end of our second unit of our first block. Please read our content, participate in the online forum and answer the questions we have listed based on what you have learned today. We will see you again soon. Goodbye.
स्वाध्यायः परमं तप